من الشيطان المخلوق الملعون الرجيم.
Zone audio is always low.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الشافي. بسم الله الرحمن. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الارض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على سيدنا ومولانا محمد حتى ترضى حتى كان وعلى معلمني أسرار طيبتك وتفهمني جواهر كلماتك وتبصر آياتك إنا أنزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون. اللهم افتح أبواب حكمتك وسنة نبيك سنقوم ولا أنسى وقل في سرين علما. قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعلني وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي واشدد أمري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. قال قد أوتيت سؤلك يا موسى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك أعطينا عليك ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا عليهم بنيانا أعلم بهم. قال الذين كفروا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم ويقولون مقتل سادسهم إمام الغيب ويقولون سمعة وشاهد كالقمر قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا صدق الله العظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم
صلى الله عليه وسلم
وارحم على سيدنا محمد
صلى الله عليه وسلم
كما رحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم
آمين
وعلى آل سيدنا محمد
صلى الله عليه وسلم
وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد
آمين
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
صلى الله عليه
صلاة
وسلم
تنجينا بها من جميع الأهوال والآفات
آمين
وتقبيلنا بها جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات
آمين
وترفعنا بها عندك أعلى الدرجات
آمين
وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات
آمين
من جميع الخيرات
آمين
في الحياة وبعد الممات
اللهم
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد
صلى الله عليه وسلم
صلاة مطلقة وكل إله ولك الحمد
آمين
وارزقنا بغير حساب
آمين
رب اشرح لي صدري
آمين
ويسر لي أمري
آمين
واحلل عقدة من لساني
آمين
يفقه قولي
آمين
سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم
آمين
وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Today is day 17. We are 17 days into the month of Ramadan. We have crossed halfway into Ramadan.
Allah.
In fact, in the next 72 hours, we shall enter the most critical days in Ramadan.
La ilaha illallah.
The last 10 days of Ramadan.
Allah.
Ashara awakhir fi Ramadan.
Allah.
Within these last 10 days, we hope and pray and ask Allah to honor us to witness the night of majesty.
Allahumma ameen.
A night in which if you worship in those nights, in that particular night, it's like worshiping for 1,000 months. By the time you do the arithmetic, you are in one night have an advantage of worshiping for 83 years and more.
Allah.
Oh Allah, bless us to witness this night of majesty.
Ameen.
Oh Allah, grant us the ability to be awake, to supplicate, to pray, to observe prayers, to have long ruku, long sujood, to have long supplication in that night of majesty. Oh Allah, perchance this may be our last Ramadan. Oh Allah, guide us to benefit maximally with the bounties in this night of majesty.
Ameen.
وفي ذلك فليتنافس المتنافس.
La ilaha illallah.
As for this, let the competitors compete.
Allah.
Compete with your wife, compete with your children, recite the Quran, recite any portion you can think of the Quran,
Allah.
comprehend the Quran, learn the Quran.
Allah.
It is in this month that even Archangel Jibril used to teach sallallahu alaihi wasallam the Quran, or used to convey the Quran and the lessons of Quran. My sheikh told me he is an expert in ulumul Quran.
Allah.
This is what is required of everybody.
La ilaha illallah.
May Allah bless us in this month. May it be the most beneficial for us.
Ameen.
May Allah guide all of us.
Allahumma
As for our parents who have returned to Allah, may Allah have mercy on them.
Ameen.
May Allah illuminate their graves.
Ameen.
May Allah make their graves a portion of Jannatul Firdaus.
Allahumma
May
ameen.
Allah not make their grave a portion of the hellfire.
Ameen.
Oh Allah, have mercy on us.
Allahumma
Oh
ameen.
Allah, have mercy on us.
Allahumma ameen.
Oh Allah, we are always committing sin. Allah, Allah, have mercy on us.
Ameen ya Allah.
Bijahi Sayyidil Wujud.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen. 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 Ameen ya Allah. Ameen ya Allah. Kun fayakun. Allahumma ameen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك أعثرنا عليه ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا بنوا عليهم بنيانا ربهم أعلم بهم قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا.
In the last 3 days, we have been discussing about Ashabul Kahfi, the youth that kept off from their society because of the atrocities, because of lack of justice, because of the non-worship of Allah,
Allah.
because of consideration of others other than Allah.
Allahu Akbar.
These youths, a number of them decided to cut off from their society.
La ilaha illallah.
They decided to come out and leave the society, just like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when it was becoming unbearable in Mecca,
Akramakumullah.
not only because of opposition from the nobles in Mecca. He lost the wife, he lost Abu Talib, the uncle, all in 1 year.
Allah.
That year is called Amul Khaz or Amul Khuz,
Huzni. Naam.
the year of grief. But yet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam was calm until Allah told him to migrate.
Subhanallah.
Migration
Naam.
sometimes become compulsory.
La ilaha illallah.
However, there are 3 types of migration. There is the physical migration,
Akramakumullah.
then there is the migration of the soul
Adam Allah hayata.
from none other than Allah to Allah.
La ilaha illallah.
There is the geographical migration from where there are sins and atrocities
Allah.
to where there is peace and Allah's presence.
Qawwakum ar-Rahman.
The best migration is the migration of the soul.
Subhanallah wa ta'ala.
Even in the midst of calamity,
Allah.
even in the midst of fitna, you can still migrate to Allah.
La ilaha illallah.
You remain where the atrocities is going on,
No.
but your heart is not with them. One of my greatest scholars went to France for medication. He was sick. So he went to France for medication and he was lodged in a hotel. And when he came out in the night at the balcony, in throughout that hotel, boom, 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 and the lights, disco lights, green, red, green, red. He now composed a small poem. He said, "Here am I in France, The sounds and the lightning of music is carrying everybody away. But to me, it takes my heart to Allah.
La ilaha illallah.
He said this music and the lights and the disco that is going on, everybody is charged. Did not affect me at all because my heart is with Allah.
تقرب عن الأوطان في طلب العلا وسافر ففي الأسفار خمس فوائد.
The heart of a believer doesn't change whatever the circumstances. The heart of a true believer does not change whatever the circumstances. So sometimes if you cannot migrate geographically, you can migrate with the heart.
تفريج هم واكتساب معيشة وعلم وآداب وصحبة ماجد.
As they were celebrating their celebration, I was carried away by knowledge, by the fear of Allah, by the composure of the Quran, and by the recalling of the sayings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The heart is far away from the environment. That is the true migration. No temptation, no digression from the reality.
نعم.
وَعَبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ. Continue to worship Allah. Continue to worship your Lord. Continue to worship your Lord until the reality meets you.
Allah.
Don't be distracted by the glitterings of this world.
La ilaha illallah.
And this is what exactly this youth did when the society was becoming unbearable. They made the double migration. They relocated geographically and they relocated with their hearts. No. They couldn't bear what was going on. So this was the true migration. And when the rain was about to fall, thunder and darkness everywhere, they found refuge inside the cave and they entered. Immediately they entered. They said, "Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan wa hayyi' lana min amrina rashada." And immediately Allah answered their question. فَضَرَبْنَا عَلَىٰ آذَانِهِمْ فِي الْكَهْفِ سِنِينَ عَدَدًا. Allah put sleep in their ears and they lie down sleeping there. By the time they woke up, they thought they slept for only a day or part of a day. They never knew that they slept for 309 years. Generation after generation, they were sleeping. How did they survive? How did their body not rotting? Because Allah said, whenever the sun rises,
نعم. فذلك بعثناهم ليتساءلوا بينهم قال قائل
منهم كم لبثنا؟ قالوا لبثنا
يوما أو بعد يوم قالوا ربكم أعلم بما لبثتم.
Even among themselves they were debating, how long did we sleep? Some say part of a day, some say a whole day. Allahu a'lamu bi'iddati.
نعم.
Only Allah knows how long they slept. If you check the Bible, if you check other books, everybody is one of the greatest writers of the Bible say they slept for 372 years.
La ilaha illallah.
He didn't calculate the number of years, he only calculated the ruler and the period when they woke up. He calculated it was exactly 372 years. Mumu wallahu a'lamu bi iddati.
Allah.
Only Allah knows the number of years. Some will say it's 309, some will say it's 300 years. If you calculate 300, it's solar years. If you calculate 309, it's lunar years.
No.
All these are regimen bil ghaib, as we shall come to see.
No.
They are just guesswork. Allahu a'lamu iddati. Only Allah knows. So today, there is debate even among Christians, among Jews, among historians, for how long. In the Bible they call them sleepers, people who slept. Sleepers, exactly. So there was a debate. Where we say Yaqulu, isn't it?
سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب
نعم.
ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلم إلا قليل
فلا تمارس
ولا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا
سيقولون ثلاثة
فيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم.
Some are guessing about the number of those youth. Some will say they are 3.
ثلاثة رابعهم.
The fourth thing with them is their dog.
كلبهم رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم.
Some will say they are 5. The dog makes them 6.
كلبهم رجما بالغيب.
Allah say rajaman bil gaibi. They are absolutely guessing of the unknown. They don't know the number. In fact, as far as Allah is concerned, the number doesn't matter. The number of years doesn't matter to Allah. What matters are the lessons from those youths.
The impact. Allah.
The impact of their lives.
Allahu Akbar.
They lived a short life, but amanna bi rabbihim wa zidnahum huda. They believe in their Lord, and Allah increased them in guidance.
La ilaha illallah.
That is the message. And Allah kept them for 300 and so years, just to prove to everybody, to every doubting Thomas, that one day Allah shall all wake us, shall resurrect us from our death. That is just the lesson in sleeping for this number of years, for Allah to wake them up.
ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم.
Some say they are 7 and the dog makes up the 8. Some 3, the dog 4. Some 5, the dog 6. Some 7. Why are they choosing odd numbers? Why 3? Why 5? Why 7? Inna Allah yuhibbul witra.
La ilaha illallah.
They know it.
ويحب الوتر.
Inna Allah
وتر ويحب الوتر.
الوتر.
صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Allah is unique. And he loves odd things. That is why even in prayer you can say Salat 11 times, or Ya Latif 41 times, or Ya Rahman. You can just create an odd number and call Allah times of that odd number.
والفجر
وَلَيَالٍ
عشر
وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوِتْرِ. That is why even in your night prayer you do 2. At the end you end up with 1 only, because Allah loves witr.
لا إله إلا الله.
There is wisdom in this witr. Or sometimes somebody dies, let us recite Qul Huwallahu 3 times for him. Allah loves witr.
لا إله إلا الله. الله.
Allah loves witr.
الله. ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم.
Some say they are 7 and the dog makes up number 8.
ربي أعلم بعدتهم.
Ya Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell them only Allah knows their number.
ما يعلمه إلا قليل.
Ma ya'lamuhum illa qalila. Only a few people Allah inform about the knowledge of their number or the number of years they spend in the cave. La ya'lamuhum illa qalila. Ibn Abbas sallallahu alaihi wasallam is among the few that knows their number and the number of years they spend.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ibn Abbas say only and only sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Malaika Jibril knows the number.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
But sallallahu alaihi wasallam has disclosed to some few of the Sahaba.
Sallallahu alaihi wassalatu wassalam.
At the end of the day, Allah opened up at the end of the verses.
Allah. فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا.
So do not argue with them. The number of the youth does not matter. The number of years they spend in the cave does not matter. Do not go and argue with the Jews or the Christians or the unbelievers. Don't go and argue. Except on things that are clear. Argue on them on Tawheed. Argue on them of Ilahiyya, Rububiyya, Tawheed al-Ilahiyya, Uluhiyya, Tawheed al-Rububiyya, Tawheed al-Asma'u wa Sifat. Argue on them on clear things. Because you can defeat them easily. But don't go and argue on them on number of years or number of the youth that escape in the cave. Those are non-issues. What matters is the message. What matters is the impact.
ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا.
And do not go and ask questions. Do not go and seek fatwa from these unbelievers about the number of years or about the number of the youth. It's unnecessary. What matters is the impact of those youth on believers. They turn away from shirk.
No.
They turn away from injustice. They turn away from associating partners with Allah. They turn away and submit themselves to Allah and Allah alone. That is what we are supposed to learn. And when they slept for those number of years, when they woke up, Allah wanted to show that He is the only one that can rise and that can cause to die.
No. Allah.
So it's a reminder of the day of judgment,
Allah.
when we shall all be raised to stand before Rabbul Izzati wal Ikram,
La ilaha illallah.
and we shall be questioned on that day. In fact, on that day there will be an announcement, liman
ملك اليوم لله الواحد القهار.
where your sovereignty lies today, lillahi al-wahid al-qahhar. So these are the lessons we should concentrate on, and not to concentrate on the number of years or their number, how many of them with their dog.
ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا.
Ya Rasulullah, we know you are humble. We know you have Allah at your heart. We know you return everything to Allah. But as a lesson for your Sahaba, nobody should promise I will do something tomorrow. ولا
تقولن لشيء
إني فاعل غدا.
إني فاعل ذلك.
Do not promise anybody I will do this tomorrow. That's why it is always recited with the next verse.
نعم. إلا أن يشاء الله.
Except with the permission of Allah.
إلا أن يشاء الله.
Ridwan, borrow me 5,000 naira. I will pay you tomorrow. ولا تقولن هذا إلا أن يشاء الله. Ridwan, borrow me 5,000. I will pay you tomorrow. Inshallah.
Allahu Akbar.
I hope to travel tomorrow to Kaduna. Never. I hope to travel tomorrow to Kaduna. Inshallah. In fact, some people used to put the Inshallah before they even make the statement, which is the best. Akramakallah. Say Inshallah before you even make the statement. It's better. ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل غدا. Do not say anything you want to do, I will do it tomorrow. إلا أن يشاء الله. Except with the permission of Allah.
واذكر ربك إذا نسيت.
واذكر ربك. Immediately you remember you have not attached your work or your plan with Allah. Immediately you remember. Then bring Allah into the affair. Qul inshallah. Just say inshallah. Sometimes we make mistake out of hurry or out of anxiety. You start making promises.
I should be in Kaduna.
I should be in Kaduna. I should be in Kaduna by tomorrow. I will go by train. It's faster. I will go by road. It's faster. I will even take helicopter. I'll have a friend in Nigerian Air Force. Whenever you remember, quickly say, Inshallah.
وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا.
I remember in the village, one man was riding his bicycle. So somebody say, Allah kiyaye hanya. May God. He said, no, I'm not going far. Somebody say, may God protect you on a bicycle. He said, no, I'm not going far. I'm not going far. The next step, he fell into a ditch. So Allah kiyaye hanya has come. May God protect you. No, I'm not going far. I'm not going far. So you don't want Allah's protection even if you are not going far. And immediately before he could turn, he entered into a ditch.
His wife telling him.
The wife telling Allah kiyaye hanya. He said, I'm not going far. I'm not going far. I'm only going here. Bagam, he entered into a ditch. So everything you must bring Allah into it. Anything otherwise, Allah's blessing will fall immediately on you.
Allahu Akbar.
Be with Allah in every minute of your life.
Allahu Akbar.
Kuma Allah fi kulli shay. Kuma Allah fi kulli makani wa kulli hin. Just be with Allah. Be conscious of Allah in everything you do.
وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا.
وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي, isn't it?
نعم.
وقل, and say always, perchance Allah may guide me. That's why you should always bring Allah, so that perchance, and there is no perchance with Allah. Whenever you hear say asa, it is confirmed that is what will happen. There is no perchance with Allah. So whatever you do, bring Allah into it, and for sure, I used to translate asa as for sure Allah's guidance will come, inshallah. It's just semantics and the rules of Arabic. Allah used to be humble sometimes. He said asa rabbuka, Allah, but it's for sure. What Allah say He will do, there is no perchance. It will happen.
وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِ 300 سِنِينَ وَازْدَادُوا 9.
وَلَبِثُوا, they remain in that cave. Here is the answer Allah is giving.
وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ 300
They lived for 300 years. Was dadu. If you like, you can add 9 to it. If you are the type that calculate based on solar, 300 years. If you are the type that calculate based on lunar, 309 years. Was dadu. If you like, add 9 years. So if you have the one from Muharram to the Hijjah, it's 309 years. If you are the one with January to December, 300 years. Because there is 11 days always in between. 11 days. So if you calculate 11 times 300 years, you turn it to days, it will give you exactly 9 years. People have done all this arithmetic or mathematics or calculation or integration or differentiation. They have all done that, and there is no way you can find a fault in the Quran.
La ilaha illallah. قل الله أعلم بما لبثوا له غيب السماوات والأرض أبشر به وأسمع ما لهم من دونه من ولي ولا يشرك في حكمه أحدا.
الله أكبر. ولبثوا في كهفهم 300 سنين وازدادوا 9. قل الله أعلم بما لبثوا. Although we have declared the number of years they have spent in the cave, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قل الله أعلم بما لبثوا. Allah knows the best how long they stayed. له غيب السماوات
والأرض.
He is the one that knows the unknown in the heavens and the earth.
أبشر به وأسمع.
Absir bihi, he knows everything that transpired. Wa asmi, he hears everything that transpired.
ما لهم من دونه من ولي.
And nobody they will cling to apart from Allah and succeed. Ma lahum min dunihi min wali. They don't have any protector, they don't have any guide, they don't have any other person to guide them except him, Allah.
ولا يشرك في حكمه أحدا.
ولا يشرك fi hukmihi ahada. Therefore, do not associate Allah with anybody in any decree, in any law, in anything He declared. Don't contradict Allah's law.
لا إله إلا الله.
ولا تشرك في حكمه أحدا. Nobody should contradict the law of Allah. Nobody should go against the decree of Allah. Nobody should stray away, go astray on the path of Allah. وَلَا تُشْرِكْ فِي حُكْمِهِ أَحَدًا. If you do that, you will see the repercussion. Next verse.
وَاتْلُ مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ كِتَابِ رَبِّكَ.
نعم.
لا مبدل لكلماته
ولن
تجد من دونه ملتحدا.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
After all the lessons of Ashabul Kahfi, we now went back to the same thing we started in the Quran. وَاتْلُ مَا
أُوحِيَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ كِتَابِ رَبِّكَ.
Ya Rasulallah, all you believers, recite from the book of Allah what was revealed unto you.
لا مبدل لكلماته.
You will never see a change in this book. You will never see contradiction in the whole of this book. You will never see straying away. You will never see manipulation. If you pick the Bible, there is King James Version, there is this version, there is that version, there is this, and there you will be seeing contradiction. La mubaddila li kalimati. There is no change or misdirection in the words of Allah.
وَلَن تَجِدَ مِن دُونِهِ مُلْتَحَدًا.
Allah used the word lan, lamun nafi. You will never find a guidance apart from this book. Follow the Bible, you will be confused. This GO will tell you a different thing.
Yeah.
This Catholic priest will tell you a different thing. This Good News Bible, Revised Standard Version, King James Version, all of them, if you start picking them, even word for word, you will see the difference, you will see the confusion. Walan tajida min dunihi multahada. You will never see discrepancy, you will never see misdirection in this book. Take from Baqarah till Nas. It is only you that can confuse yourself. Some of them used to carry translated Quran. Yes, here is contradiction. Here is contradiction. Allah is even cursing those who are praying. Fawailul lil musallin. Fawailul lil musallin. One young pastor in the university, one of my friends turned back and gave him dirty slap. He said, read the next verse. Why do you stop at Fawailul lil musallin? Read the next verse. Don't just quote Quran anyhow. Gave him dirty slap. From that day he stopped preaching. Fawailul lil musallin. He was saying, yes, where are the Muslims? Fawailul lil musallin. Woe unto those who pray. No, he gave him dirty slap. Say, read the next verse. He doesn't even know the next verse. He said, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. So the curse is not for those who pray.
He did it intentionally.
Exactly, deliberately quoting. That's what they do. They will quote out of context. They will quote outside the full verse. They will be quoting anyhow.
That's the one that suits their.
So the slab was the best solution for him. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Yes, where are the Muslims? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Bagam. He gave him, say, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ.
La ilaha illallah.
So the Quran is perfect.
Allah.
The Quran is perfect. Whatever you see here, read it. Sometimes you must do cross-reference before you can comprehend a verse. If there's a verse here, you must bring all the reference verses that talk about the same subject matter. And the Quran has one thing unique. Anything it says, there is somewhere that the same thing has been made reference to.
Yes.
Anything you pick, any subject matter in the Quran, Allah has mentioned it twice or more in the Quran. And go and link them together, you will discover that walan tajida
لِسُنَّةِ وَلَا تَجِدَ
multahada. No contradiction, no contradiction. May Allah guide us.
Amen.
Next verse.
وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُم بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ
يريدون
وجهه ولا تعد عيناك عنه تريد زينة الحياة الدنيا ولا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا واتبع هواه وكان أمره فرطا.
This is the real subject matter behind the story of Ashabul Kahf. This is what Allah is leading us to. This is the critical verse after the story of Ashabul Kahf. This is spirituality in its excellent form.
Allah.
After all the story, after all the lesson, after drawing our attention to the authenticity of the Quran, after guiding us on the right path, Allah said, "O believers,
يدعون ربهم بالغداة والعشي."
wasbir nafsaka." Put patience, put composure, put calmness, bear with patience, prepare your soul for patience. Attach yourself to those true servants of Allah who call unto their Lord. They remember their Lord in the early morning and before sunset.
يريدون وجهه.
They seek for nothing except the pleasure of Allah. Wajahu, there is nothing like wajahullah.
Tabaraka bil jalali
wal ikram. It is the presence of Allah. It is the essence of Allah. Whenever you hear wajahullah, it is referring to the essence of Allah. Sometimes it is described as the Zatullah, Izzatullah, the sovereignty of Allah. Because finish all you want to do, where is Allah? Azmatullah. So call all the description of Allah, but attach yourself to those who are attached to Allah both in the early morning and in the evening. There are some people who look at this verse literally.
Okay.
And what they do is after Subuhi prayer, they remain calm and seated until sunrise. They don't do anything but remember Allah. They recite Quran, they do Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Wala ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Wala hawla, Wala quwwata, Illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Bil ghadati wal ashi, early morning and in the evening. Once it is Asri, towards 5:30, they go and perform ablution. They clock to the mosque, attaching their soul for the pleasure of Allah. واصبر نفسك مع
الذين يدعون ربهم بالغداة والعشي يريدون وجهه.
Attach yourself to those who call unto Allah in the mornings and in the evenings. يريدون وجهه, seeking for nothing but the pleasure of Allah.
ولا تعد عيناك عنهم.
Do not turn your eyes away from them. Cloak to them, because they are the ones that will show you the path of Allah.
ولا تعد عيناك عنهم تريد زينة الحياة الدنيا.
Do not turn yourself, turn away from this remembrance of Allah because of the glitterings of this world. You may be a billionaire, you may have everything, but don't turn away from Allah or the focus of Allah or the remembrance of Allah. وَلَا تَعْدُ عَيْنَاكَ.
عنهم تريد زينة
Do not turn your attention seeking for the
الدنيا.
glitterings of this world.
ولا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا.
Do not show obedience to those who have turned away their heart from our remembrance.
واتبع
And they only follow
هواه
their selfish desires.
وكان أمره فرطا.
Because their affair is nothing but bunkum, is useless. Their life is useless. Whatever you have, if you don't turn to Allah, if you don't pay attention to Allah's remembrance, akramakallah, then you have made your life useless.
الله أكبر.
Imam, this young boy that was trained by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
أنس
Anas bin Malik
بن مالك
sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
الله عليه وسلم.
taught him when he was a young lad. He was on his right and he carried him and put him at the back. He told him, when you wake up on the morning, do not put the hope that you reach evening. And when you reach evening,
أصبحت فلا
do
تنتظر
not
المساء
think you will reach the next morning. إذا أصبحت
فلا
فلا
تنتظر
تنتظر
المساء
المساء وإذا أمسيت فلا تنتظر الصباح. كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب
أو عابر السبيل.
أو عابر السبيل. When he reached the age of 33, the Prophet was still alive. You know, he taught him when he was a small boy.
هو
So one day he came out very confident, moving. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him in the morning. He taught him this when he was just 7, 8, 9. So, but at the age of 33, he said, I saw you confidently today. What is your affair? Good morning. What is your affair? He said, Ya Rasulallah, asbahata mu'minan. I woke up a true believer. He said, you are so confident of yourself. What is your reason for waking up so confident? Say, Ya Rasulallah, you taught me when I was 7, 8, 9. After this 20-something years, let me tell you my experience now. I have reached a stage. I'm not talking of morning and evening now.
Yeah.
I am only thinking when I raise my left leg, I don't hope to raise the right leg until I meet Allah.
الله أكبر.
This is the level I have reached now. Ya Rasulallah, not only this, I have reached a stage where I remember Allah. I have seen those who are given their papers by the right hand, and I've seen those, I used to imagine those who are given their papers by the left.
Subhanallah.
Ya Rasulallah, my thinking and perception of Allah, I have reached a stage, I imagine those who are going to Al-Jannah and those who are going to hellfire.
Sallallahu
That is my level of thinking now, Ya Rasulallah.
wasallam.
I have gone beyond thinking of morning and evening. I am thinking of every second I will meet Allah.
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, smile,
Sallallahu.
smile, and smile, and say, Arafta, fastaqim. You have comprehended the religion. Now be steadfast. You have passed the syllabus. You have understood the essence of the religion. Just maintain this iman.
No.
You are already in Al-Jannah.
Allah.
Sallallahu alayhi wa
wasallam. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
That was a boy he trained at the age of 7, 8, 9. At the age of 33, the boy has comprehended the message, has even gone beyond the message. Arafta, fastaqim.
Mustaqim.
You have comprehended the religion. Be steadfast on it. Sallallahu alayhi wa
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
You know, when you teach a student
No.
and after some years you see him succeed, you will be happy with yourself. So Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was proud of that young lad.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
So this is the essence of this verse. وَلَا تَعْدُ أَيْنَاكَ
أَنْهُمْ تُرِيدُ زِينَةَ الْحَيَاةِ.
Allah did not say we should not seek for this world. We should go out and struggle and seek for this world. But as you are seeking for this world, do not forget Allah. Do not be heedless about the remembrance of Allah.
ولا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا
واتبع
هواه
وكان أمره
فرطا.
In the course of the struggle for this world, do not forget Allah, remember Allah, and do not obey those who have أغفلنا قلبه. They have turned their minds against the path of Allah. They only follow their selfish desires.
وكان أمره
فرطا. Their affair is useless. Their life is bankrupt. Their life is useless.
Allah.
Be steadfast. Whatever you get, be steadfast with Allah. You remember the story of that Sahaba who asked Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I'm tired of poverty. Ya Rasulullah, pray for me, let me be rich. 7 times Sallallahu said, no, remain poor as you are. Remain poor as you are. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I can't bear this poverty. Pray for me, let me be rich. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned him, remain as poor as you are. Because it's better to die poor than to die without iman. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I can't bear with this poverty. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, okay, if you say so. Allahumma agni sa'alaba.
La ilaha illallah.
Allahumma agni sa'alaba.
La ilaha illallah.
Allahumma agni sa'alaba. Oh Allah, enrich sa'alabata. Oh Allah, enrich sa'alabata. Oh Allah, enrich sa'alabata.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam pick a dust and pour it on him and say, go, you are rich. And before the next 1 week, Sa'alabata became a multi-billionaire.
La ilaha illallah.
He was counting his cattle, his rams, his livestock, everything. He couldn't count the whole 24 hours. So in order not to have distraction, he pulled the whole wealth outside, is it Makkah or Medina, and continue counting. He started forgetting Zuhur prayer. He started forgetting Asr prayer. He started forgetting Maghriba, Isha, Subuhi. In fact, he couldn't calculate, so he forgot about Zakah. That was how Sa'alabata got destroyed. So as you ask Allah for this world, please ask Allah for the best in this world and the best in the hereafter. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Because Allah said, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا وَمَا لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. أُولَئِكَ نَصِيبٌ مِّمَّا كَسَبُوا. Even if you ask for the best in this world and the best in the hereafter, and you ask for protection against hellfire, you can never get it until what you work for. That's why we have to be very careful. It is not the richness, or the money. Some people, little money can distract them from Allah. Allah knows why He leaves some people poor and He leaves some people rich. Even the best Sahabas who have been assured of Al-Jannah, people like Abdurrahman bin Auf, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say he will enter Al-Jannah, but he will enter Al-Jannah crawling, because he has to stay and account for every kobo he has earned in this world. Everybody knows Abdurrahman is a trader. He lives on halal, but because of the amount of wealth he has gathered, he will enter Al-Jannah crawling. Subhanallah. Sometimes this richness is even a fitna. The children will be fighting each other. Fitna. Know that your wealth and even your children are fitna. It is left for you to guide them, to remove the love for the world in their minds and guide them with the guidance of Allah. May Allah continue to guide us. May Allah protect us. May Allah perfect our affair. May Allah not make us carried away by the riches of and the glitterings of this world, inshallah. Next verse, maybe the last one.
وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ ومن شاء فليكفر
إنا أعتدنا للظالمين نارا
أعتدنا للظالمين
أحاط
نارا
بهم سرادقها
أحاط بهم سرادقها
يستغيثوا
وإن
يغاثوا
يستغيثوا يغاثوا بماء كالمهل يشوي الوجوه
بئس الشراب
بئس الشراب وساءت مرتفقا.
Subhanallah. I always don't like to end with a verse of punishment. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like always to end.
The sunnah of the Prophet.
No, sir. Let us stop at where we stop. Tomorrow we start with the punishment and then cover it with other things. Or you can translate if you like. Inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.